Hello again, my name's Gabe Zolno. What did I hear? Well, I know. I was listening to a little bit of Greta, and she said that the State Department just sent out a warning. And the warning is to all Americans in Libya. Get out! While the getting's good. Looks like a civil war is going to break out there real soon, you know what I mean? And this is the place that Barack Obama went ahead and got rid of Gaddafi. Now, Gaddafi was a bit of a nut job, but he kept the lid on Libya. He also kicked out the Muslim Brotherhood, which is why Obama wanted to get rid of Gaddafi. You know who Mohammed Morsi is? He's the guy that's rotting in prison now because he's going to be tried for a whole lot of different things. He was the president in Egypt. Now, what's interesting about Mohammed Morsi, he was friends with Hillary and Billy Bob in the 80s when Morsi's lived in the United States. They were buddies, they were bros. You think maybe that's why he got into becoming president of Egypt, because Obama helped push him there because he was a nutcase Muslim radical extremist? I'm inclined to think so. You know what's amazing is that pretty much everything Obama touches turns to crap. Huh? He went ahead and he attacked Libya without congressional approval so he can get the Brotherhood in there. And now there's going to be a civil war going on. He also is bringing the military out of Afghanistan, right? They're going to leave maybe 10,000 folks back there. They're going to get slaughtered by the Mujahideen and the Taliban. Huh? Look what's happening in Iraq. Now, Iraq's a whole different story. No different than the way Obama took the lid off of Libya by getting rid of Gaddafi. Bush, President G.W. Bush, took the lid off of Iraq by getting rid of Saddam Hussein. As crazy as Saddam Hussein was, he kept the lid on that entire Middle East. And what G.W. Bush did, he took the lid off. We can't put the lid back again, huh? No, it's really amazing. Everything Obama touches turns to crap. Have you noticed that? I got to believe that Libya is going to be in a civil war in the next couple of weeks. People are going to get slaughtered left, right, and center. And you know what? They got a whole crap load of weapons there too, because as hard as the CIA was working to shove those weapons, that's what Benghazi was doing, to shove those weapons into Turkey and ship them over to Syria. How many of those weapons do you think found their way to the battlefields in Afghanistan that ended up killing our own soldiers? You know, the ones that Obama went to visit and tell them how great they are. Oh no, by the way, he also wants them to buy Obamacare. Hey, he volunteered for this, you know, I mean, nobody asked them to do it. If they volunteered, why should the American people pay for their health care? A bigger question to ask is, why do American people pay for all this jackass's health care in Congress? Huh? And for Obama and his adopted family. You know what's also really interesting? When this country was formed, members of Congress did it on a voluntary basis. They weren't paid. You know what the biggest scam is in this country? Congress. I mean, all you gotta do is ask guys like Trent Franks. I mean, look at this guy. He's in the hole for 300 G's in 2002. And now, in 2014, who knows? But in 2012, $38 million. On the good side. How do you do that? How does a guy that's making $178,500 a year do that? Huh? I don't know how to do that. But you know what? He's not alone. He's in good company. About 48% of members of Congress are multi-millionaires. And very few of them were wealthy when they first came on the scene. Insider trading is such a wonderful way to rip people off, isn't it? What do you think? I told you what I think.